Hello, welcome to the Perception Podcast. I'm your host, Thomas Casey Zellers, and today we are hopefully going to change your perception about things that you thought you already knew. You've given me this studio space, so I just kind of wanted to return the favor back, and I want you on the show. I want you to share your story. You always kind of had like a business mindset.
If I'm doing it already, I can do it for myself, and that's when Vision Studio was born. The stuff we are doing, we actually love. We're not doing something we're just chasing a check. We actually love doing what we're doing. Literally me, I was going through some stuff last week. I was just like, I'm just going to put it in God's hands. That's what you got to do. We made Kool-Aid. We went out there, and we didn't sell anything. You know why we didn't sell anything? Because everything was like $10, $15. People came out there and see what the prices were, and they turned around.
I mean, at least you were like trying to make a profit. Hello, welcome to the Perception Podcast. I'm your host, Thomas Casey Zellers, and today we are hopefully going to change your perception about things that you thought you already knew. And today is going to be a very special episode because in studio with me is the guy who actually owns the studio.
That's right.
Ahmad McKinnie.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, how you doing, man?
Not too bad. It's a snowy Sunday. It's cold, but I'm here, man.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm doing real good, man.
Yeah.
Real good. I'm glad to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
I wanted to have this be, I guess, sort of a treat for the both of us. You've given me this studio space, so I just kind of wanted to return the favor back, and I want you on the show. I want you to share your story a little bit. So,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, go ahead and.
Well, for one, thanks for having me because you've been killing it. You've been killing it, not only the podcast, but all the other stuff. And I know you'll probably touch on this too, but congrats to you, man. But yeah, I'm Ahmad McKinnie. I'm the owner of Vision Studio here in town. And what exactly you want to know? So I can give you everything.
Yeah. Well, so topic that I want to stick on today is entrepreneurship.
Okay.
And obviously we'll dabble into the creative aspect of things, but really just kind of want to hone in on what does it mean to kind of really own a business.
Yeah.
And how that's really kind of been for you. So have you always kind of had like a business mindset whenever you were like a kid and whatnot, or?
Yeah, ever since, honestly, high school.
Did you run like lemonade stands or whatnot, or?
You know what? just about. So, funny story, I was actually thinking about this the other day, and my cousin actually texted me this morning. We haven't talked in a long time just because both of us been busy, but here in Kokomo, he stayed in front of a church, and one day I just had this idea, and I always have these ideas, and my mind just always working in that way, but I was like, you know what we should do today? We should get all the snacks in the house. It's church Sunday. Let's sell them on the side of the street. Yeah,
are we talking like Gushers, Kit Kat, Fruit Roll Up, all that stuff? Gushers,
Honey Buzz, all the fat kid treats that you could think of. We took them all out of his cabinet. And he was the only kid, so he was spoiled. And his mom got him everything he wanted. So when I say we went through the cabinet, we made lemonade. No, we didn't make lemonade. We made Kool-Aid. Got all the snacks out, and we put them right in front of his driveway. Was like literally the church front doorstep. So we went out there, and we didn't sell anything. You know why we didn't sell anything? Because everything was like $10, $15. So everything was super expensive, and we didn't sell anything. People came out there and see what the prices were, and they turned around.
I mean, at least you were like trying to make a profit.
Oh, we was trying. We was trying hard. That
$2 Gushers. Well, we can't do 4 because then we'll even out. So
100%. So we tried to sell some stuff. I think that was the first time we ever tried to do some stuff. And then obviously all through my youth, through high school, I was always flipping something. If it was bikes we got repainted, sold them. High school, I was doing T-shirts then in high school. I was actually waiting in the cold, freezing. Jason probably knows about this. When you grow up in high school, shoes is like the number one thing, right?
Yeah. So for me, it was either the silly bands, like what you had, like accessory wise, or with shoes, definitely.
Yeah. So I used to wait in line, get a couple of sneakers, flip them, sell them, and I always been, doing something, trying to flip something.
Did you ever make? What's the word? Origami. Paper claws.
Nope.
Or cranes or anything.
I'll tell you, I used to check books out with origami. I wasn't the best origami maker, but
because I remember me and friends, we would make like those little paper claws.
Yeah.
And then we would color them and whatnot. Yeah.
Sell them. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Even the little bifos, you have Yes,
Didn't they have a crush on me?
Yeah, you do that. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I wasn't really that good folding the paper. So I only stuck to like the basic, like the stars and everything. But yeah, man, ever since I was young, I was always trying to flip something. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So how did you get from being a kid and just kind of just fooling around with friends, but then like when did it kind of become serious for you? Like this was like you felt like, okay, business is kind of like an avenue that I definitely want to take and really consider.
I think even at a young age, so like high school, I would say that's when I kind of started change my mindset just a little bit, or change your perspective, what you say. But I know in high school, I remember this conversation I had with a teacher, and they were like, I don't know what the percentage wise, but only a certain amount of people go to college and become an NBA player. When you're growing up playing sports, everybody think they're going to the NBA, NFL,
Right.
MLB, and he said that statistic, and I was like, why am I playing sports if I'm not going to get anything out of it? So sophomore year, junior year, actually was living in Kokomo, moved to Lafayette, and I kind of was like, I'm not really in love with sports, so kind of just dropped that and started working. And then once you start working at a young age too, so as soon as I turned 16 or whatever that legal age it was to work, you go to work, I got some money now. But I think also starting work at a young age, you start to think, I don't want to work for somebody my entire life. So I guess at a young age, 16, 17, I knew then, I probably wasn't going to be working for somebody for a long time. Yeah.
So whenever did you go to college?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, where did you go to college?
I went to Indiana University.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
So what were you doing down there?
Yeah, so I guess what made me even go to college,
Sports was out of the question.
Yeah, sports is out of the question. So obviously
What sports did you play?
Football and basketball.
Oh, okay.
And baseball up until like literally high school. But
Okay.
Up until high school, going into my senior year of Kokomo, I moved back to Kokomo my senior year. I had all my credits, so I was just like, what am I going to do after high school? Had all my credits, talked to my school counselor. She was like, we got TV production class. You want to take that? I mean, you got all your credits, so now it's just like filler. So I'm like, you know what? Hey, I kind of wanted to do YouTube when I was younger. So got in that class, and that's when I was like, okay, maybe I can go to school for this. Started editing all the stuff. We have our down periods, our lunch periods, our study hall periods, and all those times I was down in the media school, either editing some work I done on the weekend, shooting on my iPhone, making little funny clips, blooper reels, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
I was like, this is pretty dope. So my teacher came up to me and she was like, we're about to start, it's called KATV. And then
KATV.
Yeah, okay. KATV, Kokomo something TV, but it was basically, I was going to be a news anchor or anchor on the show that they were producing, and fell in love with it. And I didn't get directly admitted to IU. I actually went to Ivy Tech first, and then spent my first year there, and got directly admitted to the media school at IU. I was like, I'm going to be an anchor man. But then shortly after,
Liberty style or
no, he's a little. He's too funny for me. I ain't that funny.
Legend,
He's legend. Yeah. But I was like, I actually like the nerdy stuff behind the camera, like camera settings, the camera gear, all that stuff that make
the
production.
white balance.
Exactly.
Stuff, yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start filming. So that's when I kind of lost track of what I was saying. I guess that's how I got into this position I'm in now.
Yeah.
Went to college. Shortly after that, I used to bartend in college too, and had a couple corporate jobs after. Came back to Kokomo, worked for a media company, because I'm actually missed when I worked at I actually worked at Coca-Cola Indianapolis. I miss filming. I was like, you know what? I'm looking around at all my counterparts. I'm just like, I don't think I want to do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So I was like, I got to do something. I was talking to my fiance. She was like, she was actually telling me, you can, if you want to like do this by yourself, go for it. But I was like, I gotta have something. So I started working at a media company here in Kokomo. Really loved it, liked everybody I worked with. But then it got to a point, back to the childish ways, I don't want to work for nobody. if I'm doing it already, I can do it for myself, and that's when Vision Studio was born.
Yeah.
You know, so I guess I left out a part too. All through undergrad, I did a lot of weddings. Amira worked with me in the past before, and that's where a lot of the money was funded from. There's a lot of weddings, did a lot of wedding videos. So worked at the media company here in Kokomo, and then I always wanted to open up a studio when I got back to Kokomo too. But I was like, studios really don't make a ton of money because in our field, a lot of people that take photos, they take photos outside. So there's not really a use for a studio. So I'm like, okay, how can I actually incorporate something into the studio?
Right.
I was
With like different backdrops or
backdrops,
something. So like more professional headshots.
professional,
Stuff. Yeah.
psych wall, what we have now.
Yeah.
And obviously the podcast studio. Nobody else has a podcast studio in Kokomo. So
Mm-hmm.
you got to make use, you got to make everything in one little space. So
Yeah.
that's why we're here.
Yeah. Yeah. So was there ever a point where, you kind of touched on it a little bit with the Coke factory.
Yeah.
Was that the one down by the Motor Speedway?
No, so I was
Okay.
at a manager training position. So
Okay.
we actually went to let's backtrack. There's two Coca-Colas.
Yeah.
There's Coca-Cola in Atlanta, Georgia, and then there's Coca-Cola Bottling Company. So I worked for the bottling company.
Okay.
So I was in a manager training position where I actually went through the whole process, okay, where the Coke is made, how it's bottled, how it's distributed, how it's merchandised,
Gotcha.
how it gets to the store, literally all that stuff.
You
And
could have ended up on an episode of Dirty Jobs with Mike Rowe.
multiples. So it was really cool. I mean, we were going out to the East Coast where the bigger facility was, but the one I worked in was actually Whitestown. However, my
Okay.
first stop was the one by Speedway.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. So whenever you were there, was there a time like you were just feeling just lost, like even like on your purpose, like not only just like as a man, but just like spiritually, like you're just like, am I really fulfilling the purpose that I feel like I'm led to do?
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly when. So the course I was in, it was for emerging leaders. So I was also going to be put into an emerging leader role. So I wasn't going to be doing the grunt work.
What was that gonna kind of look like?
Me managing, for instance, say like several Walmarts in Indianapolis, and then managing the people under that, and then managing the merchandiser. So a higher role essentially, but when I was actually going through the merchandising phase of it, so I was actually on the trucks with these truck drivers, route drivers, and going to the store, merchandising it all. I'm just sitting there like, what am I doing?
It's just too mundane.
I respect the people that do it. I'm not saying I'm above doing that whatsoever, but I can't see myself almost being a robot, day in and day out doing the exact same thing, especially for, creators like us. We want to have the free will to do, whatever. And
Yeah, the ADHD. Right?
Exactly. Exactly. I couldn't be put in a box. And then also when you go back to the official office where we are, and then you sit and look around and see everybody's, habits, eating habits, just people out of shape, and just a whole bunch of different things. Like once you're in an environment, you start to be those people in that environment, and I just didn't want to be that. So, yeah, I decided to leave.
Gotcha. Yeah, I worked at FedEx for a little over 8 years, I want to say.
Yeah.
I think for a while, and that was definitely a motivational killer for sure.
Why was that for you?
It was just a little too mundane. Show up to work, move boxes.
Yep.
It was an actual like hub that we were working at, and again, like I respect all the people there, and just like you, I don't put myself over any of those people. I really don't, because I was one of those people for 8 years, But no, yeah, it was just too mundane for me, and I did try to climb that corporate ladder, but brown's not a good color on my notes.
Yes,
So,
I feel
and
you.
I don't like kissing ass and being dishonest. So
Yeah.
that's why I just had to get out of there and work a job where I just have a little bit more free time in the schedule. I'm not directly under somebody
Yep.
the whole time, So
Yep.
the job I have now is amazing because of that.
And it makes you,
Yeah.
if you go to a job that you actually like, it doesn't really feel like work. I don't
Yeah.
care how cliche that feels, but I mean,
Yeah.
y'all feel like y'all work. I mean, come in, do
putting y'all on the spot right now.
come in, do some edits. You come in and go whenever you feel. It's like, okay, as long as I got a timeline and when I need to get stuff done, I'm free.
Yeah, I think Steam.
Steam
on a PC, like the Steam gaming thing. That
it sounds familiar, but
yeah. Are you a big gamer at all?
not really.
Okay.
I got 2 games.
Okay.
Fortnite and another racing game. I don't know what it's called.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
So Steam is on PC, and you go on it, and it's basically just like an online shop, essentially. You just buy whatever game you want off of it. But it also allows for people to develop their own games, and then basically it's the YouTube of an online store. People will develop their own indie games and put it on Steam.
Word.
But there are people at the actual company, whenever they are working there. Yes, they have like a manager, but they are free. As far as I remember reading last, they're free to work on whatever projects they want to work on, which is amazing.
Yeah. And I feel like that gets the work done. It's like, okay, I'm going to chip away over here a little bit, chip away over here, but there is a deadline on when something needs to be done.
Yeah.
It's going to get done.
Yeah.
Because you're not like, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah. I wanted to ask you a little bit about, a little bit more about Coca-Cola. While you were there, was there ever a part of you that maybe wanted to climb the corporate ladder and stay in the business there, or?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, obviously, the money's good, right? So when I feel like I'm an honest person, when I show up to work and do what I'm supposed to do, and the higher ups are already looking at you to fill those positions, it makes you feel good. Like, okay, So it was a point, and it was a point where I was offered a position, and I had come to that crossroad: do I go up this corporate ladder, or do I say this is not my calling, and then end on, never leave on bad terms, but end on a good term. Figure my own stuff out, and if I need to come back, I know who I can reach out to if I want to revisit that.
Right.
That job position might not be available anymore.
Yeah.
But I always think I can go back to hey, his name's Keith. Hey Keith, gotta come back and work.
Yeah.
I know he'll probably say yes. So
yeah. I want to ask you spiritually, because you're a spiritual person. So I want to ask you, like, when did you find really that calling? Like, you really felt God was talking to you that, yes, not only am I getting into business, but if I'm going to get into business, I'm going to create a space for other creative people like me.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's still every day. We were at a conference last night, and the guy was talking about servant leadership. And
I love that phrase.
Yeah, servant leadership. And I was actually in tune with what he was saying at that direct time, because full circle moment, the reason I got hired, actually, let me tell you the full story. So I actually went to that Coca-Cola interview, and I actually was reading the wrong website information for the Atlanta company. So I prepared for that interview. I went in there. I was already searching for several other jobs I had lined up. So my mental state was not even there. Literally walked in. It was a 3-panel interview, and I was like, I'm sweating. I literally took a deep breath, and they asked me questions, and I just gave it to them, whatever I was feeling. I didn't have anything
Were they all
down.
just stoic, just staring at you?
And at the end of the interview, everybody was like, nodding their head, but they were just asking me questions. And the reason why I got that job is because they believe I was a servant leader based on the questions that were given to me. And I go back to say, to answer your question now, is when did I feel like God was calling me? I think it's every day, because me being a servant leadership, I'm putting other people in position to succeed. And I feel like, when you can do that for somebody else, that's the best feeling ever.
Right. Yeah. I love the phrase servant leadership. I really do, just because, I mean, that's who Jesus was. Was the best servant leader that we could possibly have.
1,000%.
Yeah. So I want to ask you now a little bit about Vision Studios together. Like, how did all of this here? How did that become a thing?
Sticking, throwing stuff to the wall, see what sticks. Honestly, I think we're still doing that right now. But it was like I just told you earlier. For me personally, and it's always been the case too when I was young, growing up, is if I have to feel like I'm in an environment to succeed. So that was kind of like half the, okay, if I'm in the studio, if I go to a studio in Indianapolis, I know when I walk in what it should smell like, what it should sound like, what it should feel like. And when I come to work, I feel better because I'm in an environment working with people that are doing the same thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
It makes me feel better instead of, I can't get any work done at home. If anybody said they can get any work done at home, they're probably lying. I don't know how somebody can sit at home and do work. It's not for me. So I have to, I literally molded this studio to feel like I'm doing something. And that's what, it's like a butterfly effect or a ripple effect.
Sure. Yeah.
So that's what everything has come to play is, we still got to do some more stuff. We got to still hang some more lights. We still got to get the upstairs together. But, to answer your question, honestly, it feels like if I go somewhere and spend the money, that's what it has to feel like when somebody comes here. You got to, okay, I'm getting my money's worth.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. How did you end up finding this place?
Luck, honestly. I was actually looking at another spot down the road, and the guy was kind of giving me the runaround with the lease. I don't know what it was, but come to find out, they're actually in the process of selling it. So I understand now. You don't want to give a lease to somebody; they're about to, be out of that entire building. So, everything works out. It's crazy how stuff happens. So, my friend, dad, I follow him on Facebook, good friends growing up, and he manages a whole bunch of buildings. So I was like, you know what, I'm looking for a place. Let me just reach out to him, see what it's about. He said, I asked him, you got anything for rent, at least or whatever? He said, yeah, I got something for you. You want to come check out tomorrow?
Were you looking for anything specific at the time, like something maybe small?
I was looking for a place to put a studio. I didn't know what that looked like, but a place to put a studio.
Gotcha.
He said, yeah, I think I might got something for you. He asked me the question, what are you needing it for? I said, photo studio, podcast, whatever. He said, yeah, I think I got something for you. Come check it out tomorrow. Came in here, I was just like, how is this available? And come to find out, that was my friend, one of my good friends. His name Brayton Woolley. His dad Mike he's my who we lease through. But then his boss is Scott, which is another good friend of mine. And then the person under him is his dad. His dad name is Ted, and his son is named Ty. And that was like one of my other best friends. I didn't know all of them were in, so it just worked out. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So what's kind of going through your mind whenever you walk in here for the first time and you're like, yeah, this is what I've been given to do what I need to do?
Well, I'm a visionary too, so when I came in here, I literally was like, I got a podcast section right here, right here, right here. I'm over here turning, I'm like, I could put a psych wall right there. I got a loft upstairs. So my mind was just racing. I said, I got to do it now.
Yeah.
So as soon as I walked in, it was just, and it's hard to explain that to somebody else who doesn't see what you see.
Yeah.
So you just got to do it, and this is exactly what I envisioned.
Yeah.
So it worked out.
Yeah. I've had friends ask me, like, because, like, I'll come up with something, and I just, like you, I kind of have to just, like, get it out.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily have to, like, work on something, and it doesn't have to be, like, I'll be like, oh, this would be a crazy idea for a movie. Like, I may never have to produce that movie.
Exactly.
But I just have to get it out of my head. Yeah, I have to write it down or something.
100%.
And I remember actually one time my brother was like, well, how do you, like, come up with this stuff? I was like, dude, I don't know. My brain just works. Because you know how your brain's always looking for patterns?
100%.
Mine not. I feel like mine's not just looking for patterns, but it's also looking for the story. Like, why is that camera tripod like the way that it is? Like, how many hands have touched that tripod, you know? I don't know why. That's just always what's going through my mind.
Hey, me too. I was telling Juan's not here today. I was telling Juan a story. I used to get in trouble growing up because I'm the same exact way. I still get in trouble with my fiance. I go to the store and my mom. I'm not joking. Because I'm always touching something. Because I have to figure out how stuff works. And when I was a kid, I used to get in trouble because it's a blessing and curse. Because I used to have these toy cars, and I used to, nothing was wrong with them. That's the phrase. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I used to literally take the car apart, put the car together, take radios apart, put them back together just to see how it worked.
Yeah.
Just to see how it worked.
Yeah.
But then it got to a point where, okay, now everybody's buying stuff. They want TVs hung up, and I'm the person that has to do it. So it's like, I should have never took that shit apart.
Never should have touched it, yeah.
Everybody's asking me, come over here and fix something. I'm just like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's like owning a pickup truck.
yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Dude, my mom, hey, can you, I got to go to the storage unit. I need you to take this. I'm like, should never got a pickup truck.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I whenever, because I work in HVAC, dude, I cannot tell you how many times I've gotten a text or a call
From a friend or
from a
something.
friend like, hey, so my AC's acting up. Of course. Yeah. It's like, I don't mind helping you, but at the same time, it's just like, why'd
You
I
get a
do
break.
this? Yeah.
You get a break.
I do this to myself.
Yeah. I understand, man. 100%.
Yeah. So I want to ask you a little bit about entrepreneurship and like how, because I'm not very business savvy.
Yeah.
Because I remember actually one of the guys at FedEx I used to work with, Austin. He was a great guy. He was a business major at IU.
Yeah.
And I told him how I had this crazy idea for a business, and he was like, "Okay, what is it?" And I was like, "It's going to be called Pit Stop Tires. We're going to have cars come in, and we're going to change out their tires, wheels, everything for like this kind of price, and it's going to be like a pit stop. You're going to come in, sign in, whatever, and we'll do it in like 10 minutes or less, and then you're out the door instead of having to take it to like a Jiffy Lube and wait for hours for just a simple tire rotation or whatever, something like that."
Yep.
You know, I was just like, boom, that's what it is. I was like, now how do we do this? And he goes, okay, so you need obviously money.
Yep.
And I was just like, okay. So I just threw out a number. I was like, okay, so $100,000. He goes, okay. So what we do is we go to a bank, we tell them we need $100,000. And I was like, cool. Don't we have to pay the bank back though? And he goes, yes. I was like, what if we don't? And he goes, funny story. Then we go to another bank. Then we borrow money from that bank.
Yes.
But that's really just the extent of my knowledge on entrepreneurship is just, it's a startup stuff, barely even startup stuff.
Yeah.
So what did you learn mostly about entrepreneurship from the beginning and being like, oh, that seems easy, but then whenever you got into it, you're like, this is not at all easy.
I mean, to be honest with you, I think it's, maybe that's just the way my brain works, but honestly, it's not that hard. And I'm not just saying that. And I think it'll be easier because you just said the way your brain works is planning. Planning is nothing but a process. See what I'm saying? Or, sorry, not planning, pattern. Just a repeated process. So when I say that is, of course, it's always hard for new business owners to create a process. Let me try to explain this the best way I can. But obviously, you know you need money for some sort.
I should jot all this down real quick.
Obviously, you know you need money for some sort. I watch a lot of Shark Tank. Me and my fiance, we binge watch that for a lot. But also, you know who's on Shark Tank?
Cuban.
Mark Cuban.
Yeah.
You know where he went?
Uh-uh.
IU.
Oh, did he really?
He went to IU.
Oh, I didn't even
So
know
I
that.
took a lot of points from him, and he was the one saying, you never want to take out a loan on anything. You know, if you want to start something, you got $10,000, and that should be the max. And I started a lot of stuff, $10,000 or less.
Really?
And it's been great. But what also you have to figure out, you know, what's the process, right? If I start this, you need to know, okay, if I got all these cameras, how much all these cameras cost? You got to write down literally your entire expense. Then once you got down your entire expense, okay, how many podcasts do I have to do to make this money back? Right? Okay. If I need that many podcasts to make this money back, what's the second step? Okay, what's the process of booking that podcast, and what does that look like? Okay, somebody comes in, send them a contract, whatever. A lot of
So
people,
it's different from just wedding stuff?
it's the same thing.
Same thing?
Same process.
Okay.
Okay. If I know I got to do a wedding, okay, I know the camera equipment I need. How many weddings do I need to do to make that money back?
Gotcha.
Okay. Now it's the contract. Now it's okay making it legal. Okay, you come in. How do I get my clients? Come in. You have a conversation with them, sign a contract, get them on a date. You go out on a shoot. You give them back the product, rinse and repeat.
Gotcha.
You save your money. You start investing in more equipment, and it slowly grows. It's easy. It's easy. I'm not saying it's that easy, but I mean, when you break it down to a science or a process, everything comes down to a process or, you know, how repetitive something can be. And you just got to get better at that process each and every time. It's pretty simple.
It sounds simple.
Sounds simple. Easier said and done, because a lot of people, they do struggle with that. I don't want to make it seem like it's, you know, it's all peaches and cream, because it's not. When you're dealing with projects, you still have to, you know, rely on people to manage those projects, get it back, because you're only so good. You know, you're only one person.
Right.
Everybody else has to, you know, kind of help out too, if you're in a position to have other people as well. But
Gotcha. Yeah, my mind is just kind of racing through some stuff right now. Like you said, there's a lot to it, but once you know what you're doing, it's simple. It's one of those type of things.
It's super simple.
Yeah, gotcha.
And I always tell people too is that if you're going to do something, make sure you love what you're doing. Don't just chase the money. Like another business me and my fiance we have a mobile bartending business, and it's called Booze Buggy. But we were bartenders in college, and I managed bars in college too. So
Gotcha.
I love bartending.
Yeah.
And that's what we do too. So we actually, the stuff we are doing, we actually love. So it's not, obviously you want to turn your side passion into something, you know, full time, but we're not doing something we're just chasing the check. We actually love doing what we're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You said it was Booze Buggy?
Yep.
Check it out.
Yep, Booze Buggy. Booze Buggy Mobile Bar.
Yep. So I want to ask you a little bit deeper, because whenever you open up a business, the free market economy in this country basically relies on one thing, and that is you as the business owner take a risk to open up the business. That's basically all free market economy is. Is you taking that risk. What was going through your mind, and how did that process really kind of look for you with not only your fiance, you know, someone you got to take care of, but also to your family? They were like, well, what are you going to do now?
100%.
And then also your prayer life of like, I'm leaving a very steady, very high-paying job at Coca-Cola, and I'm going to take the risk to do this.
Well, first I would say, because there's been a lot of conversation with me and my fiance back and forth, and for anybody even takes that leap, you definitely have to make sure your finances are right to say, okay, if all else fails, I at least have 6 months, 10 months, 12 months for all your payments that you're paying for. You got car notes, you got mortgages, you got rent, you got phone bills, you got all that. If you can save money before you take that leap, hopefully you should be good. If you can set that money aside and say, if all else fails, I got enough money to cover my ass for 12 months.
Gotcha.
I'm good. Because that 12 months should be okay. I'm balls to the wall, focus on my business.
Yeah.
You know, and then there was another good point I had to that too is, dang, I just lost my train of thought. I know it'll come back to me, but that's what it was. Spiritually, I know you want to pray for stuff, but also you have to tell yourself, this is not going to fail. This has to work out. Within that process plan the process, okay, how much does it take for me to make this money back? How many books do I got? Once all that's figured out, it has no choice but to succeed. No, it has no choice.
Praying that instead of, God, will you make this happen? Praying instead, God, you are going to make this happen. I know you are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
Once doubt creeps in.
Yeah.
No doubt can creep in. Once you have a solid process and plan, everything, for the most part, should align with it.
Yeah. That's always been something I think I've always kind of struggled with a little bit myself, is a little bit of doubt. But I think the doubt really just kind of comes from, you know, just being selfish.
Yeah.
Of, you know, well, is this actually going to be beneficial for me?
Right.
You know, I always have to like kick myself a little bit and be like, no, how is this going to benefit the kingdom?
Yeah.
How's this going to benefit God?
Yep.
And how's this going to outreach to people in a spiritual sense? You know?
Yep.
So once I started thinking of it in those terms, doubt gone.
Yep.
Completely.
And some of that time, you know, if you're struggling with something, literally me, I was going through some stuff last week. I was just like, I'm just going to put it in God's hands. That's what you got to do. It works out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So I want to ask you, has entrepreneurship, or how has entrepreneurship kind of, I guess, changed you personally? If you've even noticed a change in yourself about it. Like, what have you learned about yourself?
Shoot, I haven't reflected, to be honest. What y'all think?
Yeah, get him on the spot right here.
Huh? I have no idea. I think for one, and Amir made a good point. I think it has allowed me to, for one, be a better teacher.
In what way?
When you listen, I'm trying to make this sound better, or make it so you understand. For one, you can't do it by yourself. That's rule number one. You can't do it by yourself. But also, you have to be willing to listen, take criticism, and when I say be a better teacher, trying to explain everything that's in my mind to it's hard to explain what's in your mind to somebody else and try to get them to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish.
Sure.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
And I don't think this is answering your question. Can you restate your question for me?
Yeah. What did you learn about yourself through the entrepreneurship? Like, how you kind of changed a little bit?
That's a tough question.
Yeah, it's deep.
What have I learned about myself? I don't know. That's something I got to think about tonight.
Gotcha.
For sure.
Yeah. Do you allow for those moments of reflection? Or to really kind of step back and
honestly,
take it on?
Not here recently, because I feel like there's just, everything's been going at 90 miles an hour. So we don't have time to reflect. I'm just like, okay, we got this done. Now it's the next,
Yeah.
Now it's on to the next thing we got to get done. So
Yeah.
I guess I need to be better at that. So I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that'll be the way that you,
Yeah,
kind of
for
challenge
sure.
yourself a little bit. Yeah, because I'm definitely one of those kinds of people where I'm very go.
Yep, me too.
I think it just kind of happened with the premiere.
Yeah.
Was we had an awesome premiere of She's on the Run. Check it out. We had a really awesome time and it was so fun, and I definitely tried to make sure that while I was there at the premiere, to really try to be like, okay, take a step back,
Be present.
be present here. I'd really try to, I guess, slow it down to myself.
Yeah.
And then once I got home the next morning, I was like, okay, now what? So yeah, it's definitely, that's the kind of person I am.
100%.
I hate yellow lights,
Yeah.
I hate yellow lights.
Green.
All the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I guess what I got to do it better. Guess I'm not bad at it. I just, all right, we got something done now. On to the next. So
Yeah.
I'd be better at that, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever, this is probably going to be a bit of a more introspective question again. You being a black man, have you ever found it to be challenging for you to start a business? Or have you noticed any challenges because of your race at all? Or?
I don't think necessarily, but I actually been saying this a lot to my fiance too. But hard work beats all that stuff. Obviously, being a black man definitely have obstacles, of course. Some people might not want to book with me because of my race, but at the same time, I'm saying might. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I said might. I don't
I was
know.
going to say, who's going to do that to you?
I don't know who.
I'm ready to fight.
But I had a conversation with my my cousin, cousin with our other business, and he said the exact same thing. Like, you think? I was like, Honestly, I don't care because those aren't the people I want to be working with anyway. For one. And for two, I've been saying this to my fiance, that's what I was just about to say, is that there's going to be a point where they're going to have no option but to work with me. So it's up to them.
Yeah.
It's up to them.
Yeah.
But I don't,
Yeah.
I mean, you can be ignorant to say I don't see color or whatever the case may be, but
Sure.
for me, I don't, that's just another thing I got to think about, and I don't really care, you know, is that my work is good, I show up to work, get my stuff done. I don't care who, if you white or you don't want to work with me or whoever the case may be. You're not putting no money on my table.
Right.
So
Right. It's not necessarily like a race card thing. It's definitely a work ethic.
yeah, for sure.
Gotcha.
Hard work beats anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Because I mean, dude, in this life, there's so many jobs where, I think the actual statistic is that 70% of Americans graduate from college, but only 30% of those 70% actually use the 4 years that they studied into the field that they actually studied.
Yeah, for it.
I don't remember the actual numbers, but I think that's roundabout where they were.
100%.
And I went to Ivy Tech for 1 year. I wasn't learning what I wanted to learn from it, so I stepped out, and then, I mean, from there it's just really been, my resume is work.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a good saying. It's like, because me personally, I don't think I love IU. So if anybody's watching, the same thing. Yeah. I love IU, but I only had one class out of the 4 or 3 years I went there that actually learned something. Everything else has pretty much been self-taught. You know. So I think a lot of people, if they don't want to go college route, that's totally fine. But also, in the real world, it's about who you know, not about what you know anyway. So I met a lot of, what I'm saying with that is, even though I didn't learn a lot of stuff at IU, the people I was around, the connections I made were stronger. So, I mean, yeah. I don't know if that made sense. Does that make sense? Hopefully it did.
Hopefully, yeah. We'll play it back. We'll edit that. Yeah.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Oh, you know what we should do? We should say, I'm gonna say Barney Rubble, and then just somewhere randomly, Amira, edit in that clip of me saying Barney Rubble randomly somewhere throughout the. It'll make sense.
There we go. He like shit.
Barney Rubble.
Yeah.
It'll just be so interesting to be like, so change your perception about Barney Rubble.
Yeah. Hey, and then flow. Because they be like, what?
Yeah, what?
Okay, what they talking about?
Barney Rubble.
Oh, okay, we good.
Yeah.
We good.
But no, sticking to the theme of perception,
Yes.
And changing people's perceptions. How would you, or what do you think is a big misconception about Barney Rubble, entrepreneurship, and owning a business, and how would you change that perception? Because it seems to me like a lot of people, I guess kind of like what I was saying earlier, is that like it's hard to really kind of get into a business and this or that, but you were just kind of saying like it's simple once you know what you're doing.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Misconception. One would be, for one, I mean, I just made it sound like it was easy, but it's not easy for sure.
Sure.
Also, I think a lot of people think once you're in, once you are an entrepreneur, that you're making all this money. That's a misconception. And you technically don't make money until the first 4 years, 5 years, or something like statistic like that.
Right, because I think isn't the goal of about every entrepreneur should be that you should break even every fiscal year?
Yeah.
Would you say?
Yeah, you definitely, for tax purposes, for sure. Want to break even. But another one is I read or heard on the podcast, and I honestly don't like, to be honest with you, I hate the term entrepreneur because I either I read something or I heard it on a podcast, but.
So you've been letting me call you an entrepreneur this whole time?
Yeah, that's okay. It's all right. It's all right. But technically, well, not technically, because somebody fact check me if you guys watching this, but they said you should technically be called an entrepreneur when you have a successful business that can run without you.
I like that.
So that's why I don't
that.
like the term entrepreneur. I'm not that yet.
So what do you label yourself then as? Like
Just business owner.
just business owner? Yeah.
Business owner.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Do you think Mark Cuban is an entrepreneur?
Oh, 1,000%.
1,000%. Okay.
Yeah, billion%.
Billion. Okay. Elon,
Oh, for sure.
entrepreneur.
For sure.
Gotcha. So where do you think that fine line is of business owner to entrepreneur? Like you said, it's hopefully one day Vision Studios can get to an awesome point that it'll run for 20, 30, 40 more years without you.
Yeah.
Leaving a legacy behind.
Yeah.
So but what do you think is that line for you to finally cross with that?
When I don't have to even be here at all.
You don't have to manage it.
Maybe make the initial contact. Somebody put in an inquiry. They talk to me. I give them a spill about what we do, who I can kick them to, and then that's my part.
Peace.
Yeah. My team got you.
Yeah.
So that's where I want to get to. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then obviously spending more time growing other businesses. That is where I want to get to. Yeah.
Gotcha. So, still on the topic of business ownership.
Yes.
Man, you let me go the whole time.
I'm sorry.
And now I feel bad.
I'm sorry.
But no. So still staying on the topic of business ownership, is there more, or I mean not more, are there other business ventures that you want to do in the future other than obviously Booze Buggy? Is that what it
Yeah.
was? Yeah, Booze
Yeah.
Buggy. Yeah.
I got 3 right now, but yeah, there's a ton.
Yeah.
I want to go heavy in real estate, flipping houses, having properties to rent, all that good stuff. There's another business I actually just applied for the LLC. I can't say it yet because
Is this the first time anyone's hear about her?
yeah, maybe I don't think they know either.
Yeah. Oh.
Because I try to keep stuff like
Sure.
if something don't work out, I don't want people like, ha, you ain't do that.
Right. Yeah.
So
I'm the same way.
I just just keep it tight. But there is another one that potentially will happen this summer if everything goes well. Well, yeah, there's a ton. I still want to open up a bar, a physical bar. My mind doesn't stop.
Would it have to be here in Kokomo, or would it?
Yeah, I have the ideal plan for it. I already got a business plan for it, name for it, everything. It's just timing and money, really. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff I want to do still.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Do you ever, because we're going to talk a little bit now about some of the morbid stuff behind actually owning a business, so I hope that this isn't going to be,
Yeah, for sure.
but do you ever worry about with any of your businesses about, belly up and going under, or having to take money from your own personal
For sure.
stuff to actually keep it afloat? Or?
Yeah, of course. I think that's anybody who starts a business, that's always, really in the back of my mind. But I just said earlier, I don't want to let that try to creep in.
Yeah.
Because I don't
None
want
of that doubt.
I don't want any of that doubt. But of course, yeah, I think about it. But I mean, obviously, to keep a business like this going is any type of media stuff. Is obviously we want to get into the retainer contracts where you are consistently have a income coming in and everything. So that's where I want to get to too, so we can be even more comfortable. Okay, we know what we got to do, and we know how much money's coming in. I know what I can pay too. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have all these different ideas. You have all these different interests. How do you maintain all that? Like do you just devote?
Don't ask my fiance.
Like, do you devote one day to Bar Buggy, one day to Vision Studios? Like, how do you really kind of balance all that?
Thankfully, my fiance she's really good. She's really great, and she handles our bar stuff on her own. So she just tells me, honestly, I feel like a punk. she just tells me when I need to be there and when I need to show up, what I need to do, and how I need to get the trailer set up so we can succeed. So that's been helpful. For the most part, studio stuff, got Mary and Jason here. Podcast stuff been going great. You come in, do you ever see me? I mean, sometimes you see me,
sometimes,
but, I mean, shoot, they got it down to a science now. I don't need to be here, and that's where we're going. And then Ahmad's vision is wedding stuff, so I can manage that. You know, people they put an inquiry with me.
Yeah.
You know, just initial call, contract, and then once we get closer, I have a follow up meeting. But that's just day of stuff.
Yeah.
Everything for the most part is still. I wouldn't say it's easy because it hasn't been easy. I think the hardest thing that's been in this business is finding a perfect workflow. And I think now that we just got that new app, it's going to be better because I know what people are working on, what people are spending time on, when the deadline is, like I was telling you earlier. So I just got to be better at, okay, what's the projects we got?
Yeah.
What's the deadline? What we working on? Just as long as we keep making those deadlines, we're just going to keep increase. Just keep getting better.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So how did you come up with the name Vision Studios or Ahmad's Vision, and how did that really kind of develop?
Yeah. COVID happened, and IU shut down. Everything happened
Darn
during COVID.
COVID.
Yeah. IU shut down, went back to living with my mom in Kokomo. A girl she's from Kokomo too, but we're back and forth between our parents' house, you know, spend a couple days here, a couple days there. And that's when I was at another roadblock. So, okay, do I keep going to this? Or at the time I was bartending. Do I, try to work my way up the bartending ladder? And do I just give up my camera stuff, sell it all? That's what I was thinking about. I was really laying in bed. I'm like, I think I just want to be done. It wasn't even called Ahmad's Vision at the time. It's called, it's just some BS name. It's called RSN. I actually got a sign behind that wall. And I was laying in bed, and I was telling my girl, I'm thinking about just selling my equipment. What you think about that? She's like, I don't think you need to sell your equipment. I think you just need to change the name. It's like, well, I'm gonna change it to. She actually gave me the name. I was like, oh, okay, that's
So
kind of
it was
like
her,
that.
really?
It was her.
Yeah.
It was her. So she gave me the name, and I kind of just ran with that. And then my slogan for my vision is, making your vision come to life. And every time I got on the call with somebody, it's like, okay, well, my vision is this. I'm thinking about this. X, Y, Z, and the third. Vision Studio.
Yeah.
Make your vision come to life here.
Yeah.
So every time, literally, to this day, when I have a call, and even when you put an inquiry, what's your vision? Put your stuff in.
Yeah.
And then on the call, it's like, okay, well, my vision is this. Okay, we got you.
Yeah.
So Vision Studio.
Yeah. One of YouTubers that I watch pretty consistently. He doesn't post a lot. I think he maybe posts like 1 or 2 videos a year, but they're like big documentary type stuff.
Yeah.
His name is Let Me Know.
Like, let me know, or?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He said that he was struggling to come up with an awesome name. And then he just kind of started noticing how a lot of YouTubers would say, let me know in the comments what you think or something like that. And then he was just like, oh, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Oh, yeah. Like
That's it.
Came
Just
to him like that. Yeah.
That's how it happens.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. This
People keep
it's
talking
really
about
that
it.
simple sometimes. Yeah.
Literally. It was like, what can I name? I was like, okay. Vision Studio. It was actually going to be Vision Content Studio.
Oh.
But when I talked to my fiance, my mom, about a whole bunch of stuff. Like, what y'all think about this? I sent out messages, like, both the logos. It was like, I don't think you should be creative out of it. Just put Vision Studio. Oh, all right, cool. That works.
Yeah. Because my brand is seafood. Yeah.
Seafood.
Yeah.
How you spell it?
C, letter C.
Yeah.
Food. Seafood.
Well, why you come up with that?
So this is such a dumb
So it could be a
story.
couple things. It could be actually seafood, or you want to see my food, or
Yeah. Well, so not only do I enjoy seafood, that's probably like my number one food.
Yeah.
Is seafood.
yeah.
But this is so dumb. Me and my brother, we were playing Halo, and I shot a guy on the other team, and I just got a glimpse of his name tag, and I thought it said seafood, and I was like, who names their account seafood?
Yeah.
And we just started dying laughing about it. My brother's like, sounds like you need to change the name to Seafood. And I was like, I guess. So
See, that's how it happens.
And now all my tags on everything
Seafood.
is Seafood. And then I was just like, well, might as well make it a brand. Might as
Make
well
it
make it
stick.
a thing. Yeah.
Make it stick.
Yeah.
Hey.
So it started as Seafood Productions, but then I wanted to do alliteration.
Yeah.
Seafood Films. You know, you get the 2 F's in there. So
Yeah.
Seafood Films.
CSF.
Yep.
I like it.
So, yeah, it was.
That's I like that too. And also, I mean, if you want to get into film, then you want to start filming some food.
Yeah.
It goes hand in hand.
Yeah. If we need to, whenever you get your bar set up,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll start making
Seafood production.
seafood. Yeah.
do it.
Seafood films, and we'll start doing a bunch of bar shots around the.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
That's fine with me.
Promote the business and whatnot.
Yep.
So I guess to wrap it up here a little bit,
Yep.
what is something that you really, really are hoping for Vision Studios moving forward, and not just for Vision, but for you as a person and all your other business ventures?
I guess I just kind of stated earlier, but I want to get to a place where not only for myself, but everybody that works for me too is just comfortable, you know? They don't got to see me make a run. That's also what they was talking about servant leadership, is that guy out of Indy, he owns a what is it? What was it? A hookah bar. He owns a hookah bar, and he was talking about servant leadership, how he basically put it in this lady's hands and make the business run. And now she's at a point where she wants to buy him out. Hey, and that's fine with me. Amir and Jason, y'all make this run without me. Y'all want to buy it eventually. That's the long term goal. No, not selling it, but making it run to where I don't got to be here.
Do you ever think about if someone were to come up to you and be like, "Hey, for $1 million, I'll buy Vision Studios from you"? No, really?
No, I wouldn't do it.
Why not?
'Cause obviously, I watch a lot of Shark Tank.
Gotcha.
If somebody's offering $1 million, I know how much it could be worth. So I probably wouldn't do it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, honestly, dude, I feel really inspired after this talk.
This is fun.
Yeah.
This is fun.
I love having these deep conversations, and I don't know if I told this story on the podcast.
Yeah.
I think I may have told Amira, but I just remember whenever I wanted to start up this podcast, and the vision that I had for it was like the 3-camera setup. I didn't want to just do audio.
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to do like an actual show.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was looking at what it would take to set everything up myself, have all the equipment, the mics, the set, everything like that. I was looking into it.
So
I was
you were
like,
planning. You were planning.
yeah, I was planning, and I was just like, man, this is not going to happen until maybe like 2026 if I start saving money now.
Yeah.
And then I just remember just being kind of a little bummed about that, man, because I'm just so passionate. I want to get it done now.
Camera equipment is expensive, bro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is. So I was just like, all right, I mean, I'm committed to making it happen, but damn it, it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
And I just remember just laying in bed, scrolling through, and then one of your Instagram ads came up. And it was almost too perfect to be true.
Yeah.
I saw it, and it was basically, do you want to start a podcast in Kokomo?
Yeah.
Vision Studios is the place. I was like, well, that's a scam. This is too good, man. So I scrolled past it. 10 reels later, another one of your ads came up again, and I was like, all right, I'll check it out. So then that's when I gave you a call. Now we're here.
That's pretty dope, because I was telling the story too. I think we had the 2 guys on the very first show. They're from the church. What church was it from? Or they were
from a nonprofit organization, IDES.
Okay, yeah, IDES.
The International Disaster Emergency Service.
Yeah, we were setting up, and I just heard you like, man, I saw them pop up on my Instagram. I thought it was a scam. I'm like, hey, that's pretty dope though.
Yeah.
But that's just crazy how that works out.
Yeah, it's just too good to be true.
Just the whole paying for ads, and it targets people who are looking for that service is just crazy. So I mean,
yeah,
welcome.
Yeah, I thank God for you, dude. I really do, because I mean, whenever all that just kind of came into play, it was just God's way of being like, hey, you got a financial mountain to make this happen.
Yep. We got
I'm gonna make it happen. I have a solution for you. Here's a mod. So I definitely thank God for you every day, dude.
We made your vision come to life.
Yeah. I'm grateful to have this space, man. I
Appreciate you, man.
really am.
I appreciate you for calling me.
Yeah.
And obviously, the more we keep going, the more everything's gonna get better. And
Yeah.
I'm proud of you too, man.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
A lot of people don't have the guts to be like, okay, I'm gonna continue doing each episode. You know, even though it might not be profitable for you yet, but eventually it will be.
Yeah.
So just keep at it.
Yeah. That's really the goal. I want everybody's stories. You know, everybody looks everything up on Google nowadays. It's just like, oh, okay, like I know everything.
Yeah.
No one sits down to ask people questions anymore, you know? At least that's how I kind of view our society,
Everybody thinks
unfortunately.
they know it all because they got chat.
Yeah, they got ChatGPT, we got Google, it's so crazy that we're in the information age.
So smart,
but
but
we
so
don't
dumb.
know anything, man.
Yep. So smart, but so dumb.
Yeah. So that's really the passion behind the show. And hopefully, you know, your story, whenever this episode goes out, someone hears your story and they're inspired to be like, no, I am going to do my business idea that they have.
Lock it in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely.
It's definitely scared, but you know, just go for it. But I appreciate you having me on today.
Yeah. So looking at that camera and tell people where to find you, obviously, here in studios. But
So if you are looking for us to film a wedding, you can visit us on Instagram or Facebook, or go straight to our website at ahmadsvision.com. Or if you want to start a podcast, do commercial work, use a psych wall, photography, we have Vision Studio right here in Kokomo, Indiana. Location is 1320 West Markland Avenue. We got a big warehouse for you to make your vision come to life.
That was so awesome. I love it. That was a great pitch.
See?
I love it, yeah.
I'm getting comfortable now. I just start my podcast back up.
Yeah.
That's it.
Dust off a little bit
I
here.
don't know.
Yeah.
Today was a good Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
thank
appreciate
you,
you, man. I really do. Yeah. We'll put it in there. Yeah. If you like today's episode, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'm your host, Barney Rubble, and I will see you in the next one. Later.